If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Hello and welcome to the Three Gaffers first episode of our transfer talk.
Hey!
With
Come on.
myself, Edward Brookes.
Joe Lowden.
James Francis.
Come on.
Welcome to our transfer talk episode. We'll be doing this throughout the summer until the start of the new season.
Yeah, because
Filling you in on all new transfers going on in world football.
obviously Prem's done, European competitions are done. You've obviously got the FIFA Club World Cup. We might do brief bits on that, but
We survived the Prem.
you were 15th in the end. You were.
I told
said
you.
16th,
I did
but
say,
you were
I did
15th
say.
in the end.
Anything you want to say quickly, Joe, just before I move on with the rest of the intro?
Which one am I looking at? Nuno Mendes. Wasn't familiar with your game, G. I'm terribly sorry. You played well in the Champions League final, but I thought didn't have much against you. But you went up against the supposed one of the Ballon d'Or favourites, and I apologise. You absolutely kept Yamal very quiet, and you also scored. So I will keep you in high regard from now on. I promise.
Well, moving on with the intro really quick.
Humbling.
Hey guys, so we'll be trying to keep you entertained with as much different forms of content as possible on the Three Gaffers channel, especially on YouTube. Please do still tune in to all our podcasts on all podcast streaming platforms.
Yeah, Spotify,
but we will be
Apple.
still putting out content for you on YouTube, such as like random cooking content. We're going to do
can't
some
wait for that.
football.
Yeah, we got
That's
some
going to be
cooking,
good.
we got
isn't
some
it?
cooking content lined up.
Bacon,
Obviously,
maybe.
yeah.
Bacon,
Don't give
cooking.
away too much. Don't give
I'm
away
not
too
giving
much.
away too much, but we've got that in store. We've got some gaming stuff in store, which
Yeah.
we're all so excited for, aren't we, boys?
We're gonna be the gaffers. The gaffers gaming. The gaffers are gonna start gaming soon. That's what
We're gonna start
Gaffers
gaming.
The
Come
gaffers
on.
are gaming.
Yeah,
You know
we're
what I
gonna
mean?
Start doing that soon. We're also going to do all different types of football challenges, football content, and trying to give you guys a bit more of an insight into just all three of us being a bit more, not just the football podcast, but we're giving you all different sorts of content, which we hope you guys will love and enjoy.
It's obviously, like games that we could play, like that we're gonna hopefully do a video on soon. Like games like quizzes, like things like that. We're gonna do some of that as well. So, yeah.
Clubs, maybe.
Yeah, clubs. We've obviously got like we're obviously thinking about doing actual.
You
like,
guys,
games.
get excited, get hyped.
We got
for
to
the
know
Three
what-
Gaffers clubs. It's going to be absolute carnage. It's going to be brilliant.
Oh God.
Playmaker.
Well, anyway, moving on with the episode. Let's take it away.
Ancora Messi.
First episode or first video, at least, of the transfer talk episode.
Yeah, well, I suppose we should probably start with one bit that isn't transfer news, unfortunately, which
Transfer talk, and then he goes first.
No,
thing.
this is the
no
only-
You're
transfer.
shooting the gun.
This
that's
is
how
that.
it
This is
is.
that. We're leading it up to the transfers.
Yeah.
We don't want to give away too
Gotta
much.
keep
too
your
early.
little,
You got to reel them in. So basically, we're going to start with the Nations League final. Like I said again, Nuno Mendes. I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar.
Another trophy.
Another trophy for CR7 as Portugal beat Spain on penalties after
The
the game.
GOAT.
Let's let James go on that. As a United
what, go
fan,
on.
go on, give us
I
your...
mean, to see the GOAT, like, he is the GOAT. Well, he is, though. Why are you
He's
laughing?
my goat as well.
He's my goat.
Everyone has their personal
Of
preference.
course, as a United fan,
love
he would always
Cristiano.
be more tailored to mine.
Yeah, of course.
I have a lot of United fans that have Messi as their GOAT, but
Is it?
The moment it did it for me as
But
an
you know,
Arsenal fan is
Harrison-
when he scored a free kick against us at the Emirates, like halfway
you know,
line.
that was just another day for him, you know.
Yeah, man, yeah. But look at it. The one thing about Cristiano is the longevity. No, the one thing no one can
he's
take
40
away from
now?
the man is longevity.
39,
40 years
40?
old. 40 years old
I
exactly.
watched a clip from like 20 years ago, something like that, and it was like him walking out into the tunnel when Keane walked out against
Yeah.
Arsenal. Actually,
Yeah.
ended up losing that game, I think. Came out because they were waiting too long, and came out and Ronaldo was there. And it's like 20 years later, and he's still here.
It's unbelievable, mate. I love
I see how
Cristiano.
they're on the
I'm a
pitch.
big Cristiano fan.
Him against
Big
Patrick
Cristiano
back in the day.
fan.
And he's still going, and it's
It's a bit crazy.
it's a testament to like what
Good.
he's put in, like his hard work, and no matter how much talent you have, like to have the hunger he had, because he came from like a poor background,
yeah.
and like to see the passion he has, it's inspiring. know.
Yeah,
As a United fan, I will always say that, but I think as
an Arsenal fan, I agree with you, totally. Yeah,
a football fan in general,
fan.
you know.
Like he is the epitome of work hard, reap the rewards.
You can have all the talent in the world,
because
but
if we're talking talent wise,
we've
been generally honest.
he had the talent as well, but he put the work in to become the best.
Guys, how many players have us three talked about over the last couple of years, whatever, and we've gone, they've got the talent, but their ego, their attitude,
I think money's a big,
do you know what I mean?
Thing these days as well.
I do agree with that, but then when you look at all these things, and then Cristiano, the one thing he's added to football is work hard, his dietary plan to still be playing football at 40.
It's the dedication.
Captain in Portugal.
It's the dedication.
It is, and I know we're doing a big bit about Ronaldo, but Messi does get his flowers. Everyone knows what Messi's done.
Messi's unreal.
He's unreal.
He's
it's
another
because
goal.
you two have your goats. My goat is Lionel Messi. I think he is the best player to grace the planet ever.
And it's not saying that he hasn't put the work in, because he has.
And
the things he's overcome as well.
Exactly, but it's one of them things where it's a preference. Like I still think Ronaldo. I think people put Ronaldo too far below Messi. I think Ronaldo is genuinely.
They're very tight.
He's genuinely just there.
And that will never happen again.
No. We're not going to have another.
The reason why I think there was a gap was the whole World Cup thing. And the one thing I will say about Cristiano Ronaldo is there's obviously that little bit of an age gap. And when people compare Ronaldo and Messi, they don't actually compare them year for year, how old they are. They compare them where they're both currently at. Like, Ronaldo was still playing like Juve, and balling out, getting 100 goals in his time at Juve when he was at that age where Messi first moved into Miami. So we need to... The goalposts do need to be changed a bit. They're both the two GOATs. You all have your own separate opinions, but fair play to whoever you choose as your GOAT. But
one move to America already. I mean, you could argue that Saudi's
that's
not even an argument.
Worse, but
stat padding, you could say.
But obviously, with Nuno Mendes and Cristiano Ronaldo scoring for Portugal, and then Zubimendi, which we'll get into a little bit later, and Ariza Bial scoring for Spain.
I didn't see Balde anywhere near the pitch, mate.
No, should we
Again, you know what? Look, I got confused with games. I was thinking of the Dortmund tie where he played in the first leg and he was unreal. And my head just wasn't in the right space.
Where was he, mate? Where was he, Joe? Joe, where was he? I saw Cucurella on the pitch instead.
Cucurella? He's a Chelsea player, lad. I don't know who you're on about.
He plays for Spain. He played in the final.
Oh, what? We're talking for Spain?
Please say you watched the final. You're not waffling again.
I watched the final. I thought you were talking about the Champions League ties. I thought you were talking about the Champions League ties.
James was like, Joe's doing it again.
No, you were talking about. I thought you were talking about the Champions League side. He didn't play in the Champions League. Yeah,
Portugal, Spain. The game
Portugal,
we're talking
Spain.
about.
Yeah, Cucurella started, and he did well. But to be honest, if we're being honest, Spain on statistics, which I know a lot of people don't like, should have probably won. But Portugal win 5-3 on penalties. Diogo Costa saves a crucial penalty from Alvaro Morata.
As long as you win, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah. The second Morata stepped up to that pen, it was like Darwin Núñez in the Champions League against PSG. You just knew something was wrong. You knew something was wrong, didn't you? You really did. Moving on to the next
now, moving on to actual transfer talk.
There's a lot of talk about this.
So what we've got is Manchester United is going to be our starting point, unfortunately. But obviously, Mbeumo to United.
He's coming. I said it.
Tottenham Hotspur. They're in to hijack the deal.
He's obviously put his feelers out and said he wants United. But it depends if we can fund it right now. Obviously, it's crazy saying that as a United fan.
Yeah.
But we're trying to sell players, which we will get onto. But Mbeumo's coming.
Maybe.
And you two laughed at me when I said.
Well, no.
I said Mbeumo, and I'm about to mention the next guy.
Let James talk.
I'm about to say the next guy coming in, but
go on.
Mbeumo, Cunha, Gyökeres. I said that was the front three. I've been saying that for a while, and you two laughed and took the piss out of me. You did. But you know what? It looks like it's coming. Who's going to be laughing then? Maybe we're not making the signs we should be, right? Because we're going for names.
When you're scoring like 60 goals, but then you're letting in 100, fair play.
Yeah, but that's when Martinez comes in.
Oh, bloody hell. But, so, obviously, so United are now linked with Gyökeres as well as Mbeumo. Neither of them are done or confirmed as anything, but
It's happening now.
But it could happen.
Something's going on with Gyökeres, because for Arsenal to dip, for other big sides in Europe to dip out of Gyökeres, there's got to be some underlying stat or something going on.
Yeah, but
There's
the
gotta
thing is, he's had what? Like, a lot of his goals in, is it penalties or something like that?
15 penalties this season.
15
Yeah,
penalties.
so he's had his stats. If you look at his stats from the outside, like, we watch the Prem.
Yeah. But have you also
Right.
seen the stats?
And if you look at his stats, you're like, I can't think about
I think
the amount exactly.
I think it was it joint with Mbappe for close to being most
But
goals
then-
in Europe?
Well, yeah,
One
Gyökeres
is
obviously scored so many goals.
One
in
is the
Europe, obviously.
Portuguese league,
Is it
and
58
then
goals?
two,
I don't know.
then
Something
two
like
is
that.
obviously like a lot are set pieces, but the thing is that a lot of people are looking at that, but Amram's already used
There was
him.
also another stat though that I read that he'd only scored, I think, was it
Now I've got a boy who's
Was
like
it-
been talking about this.
like 6 or 7 goals against the top 3 sides in
Yeah.
Portugal, which are Porto and Benfica. The rest were all against like the proper like runts.
One of my boys has been talking about this, like,
He's only scored like a handful of goals for against the top sides, who are Champions League teams / Europa League teams, which United will be facing 7 teams that are in Europe this season.
Let's get to the black and white of it, right, boys?
They don't-
Do you think with all United signings and all these, like, if they get Mbeumo, they get Gyökeres, they've got already Cunha,
top 6.
are you confident?
No, they don't.
Because yes, you're fixing one problem,
Top
but then
10 top
you're
10 no,
neglecting
top 10 no,
neglecting all the other problems.
Yeah, I think you're looking at what we've finished at. I think we're going to finish much better than we did.
I think
Yeah,
it'll be a
much-
very
much better
entertaining
as
Premier
10th.
League season.
Is that arrogance? Maybe.
Much
It
better
is
as
arrogance.
10th.
It is arrogance.
Maybe it is arrogance, but
It is.
I believe in my club. I don't know how I still do. But like,
Neither do I.
Well,
I still believe in my club, and I'm just going to say, just to say I have the balls for it, we are finishing top 6. And I will say that.
Well, what I was going to ask you is what else do Man United need with whatever supposed budget they will have left?
Midfielders, we need everyone.
Well, no, because obviously you
Who
can
are you signing?
They're
Who are you
selling-
right, let's just quickly say, like, just to move on to the next point. James, you're the Man United board. You're allowed to sign maybe 2 to 3 more players in the window. Who
they're
are
lucky.
you signing? Just quickly.
I'll take
the
a
bat.
top centre back. Don't matter who it is. I think
He ain't got a name.
I ain't got a name. We take a top centre back.
Yeah.
We need a midfielder.
What about your
Right.
goalkeeper?
But the thing is with the goalkeeper, right?
No, don't start defending Onana. Please do not defend Onana. Please. For love of
Onana's giving me so much pain, but
No.
like, has he been let down by his defence?
Has he been let down? Mate, the long shots he's just spilled and put in.
But
The amount we've laughed at that
does
man.
he face more?
No! He's bad. He's terrible.
He's bad is the right word, Joe. Well done.
He faces a lot more opportunities than a lot of goalkeepers.
No, he
because
doesn't. He did this season.
You're
but he
acting
didn't
like
the season
our
before.
def-
And guess how many mistakes
Our,
he made in the
our
Champions League?
defence hasn't done well.
The
Yeah,
boys
look
are
what he did in the
fighting.
Champions League last year. He let in about 7 goals that were just his fault. It's not that he faced. Oh my God! You know what? That cross from Ziyech against Galatasaray was unbelievable. He went like this, and it went past him. He's terrible. He should look.
What I
is
preferred
bad.
it. We never lost Gale. Oh, sorry. Right.
I've done that 3 times now.
Have I? Right.
Keep going, mate. Yeah.
Would I prefer to keep the Gale? Of course I would.
Yeah. You'd be out of your
But
mind
at the time,
to think. Yeah.
at the time, the way things were going, no matter what, if it was the media swaying people, United fans were thinking the Gale's time's up. It was the way.
And then after how Onana was playing for Inter, you were like, "This is a good young goalkeeper. He's going to do the best."
And the way
But
things
since
have
he's
gone
been
on,
in for you, he's
the
not
way
done
things
it.
have gone on, we've realised and even Ratcliffe admitted he made mistakes.
We're talking about Onana. Supposedly he's up for sale now with Garnacho as well as practically half the Man United squad. So, how much do you reckon that Man United get from Garnacho, Onana, and maybe like let's say 2 or 3 other like fringe
What was he
players?
about 50 mil, and he's just been dropped to 40,
Who?
something like that.
Garnacho.
Yeah.
I think he originally last summer?
No, recently he was 50. He got dropped to 40.
No,
I'm not paying more than 40 on
He's
him.
coming to you.
35, I reckon.
I don't want him to go to another Prem.
If
Prem
he
club, I don't.
signs for Arsenal Football Club,
I rate the guy. But
I'm starting to lose all hope in football.
his arrogance is what lets him down.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Arsenal in the past, Arteta's had a problem with players with arrogance, like Aubameyang. He was a baller, but he had arrogance, and he kicks out anyone out of the club who's got arrogance. Why would he even think about signing Garnacho, knowing the arrogance he's got?
The potential of that self-belief is a lot.
Keep him away. I don't want him.
Well, how much do you reckon you get for? How much do you say?
Yeah, but Leverkusen want him as well.
How much do you get from?
He'd
sales?
do well in another European side.
How much
He
do you
would.
get from sales? How much? Go on.
40 mil, easy.
40 mil from Garnacho. How much for Onana?
20 mil.
You'll pay someone else to take him.
Yeah, you know what? I could see 20. So like a side in like Turkey or somewhere like
We
that.
might end up keeping him, you don't know.
I think you
that's
will.
mental.
I think you will. I
And
really
then
do.
like say,
I think
say you
Pickford
sell a
would
couple
be a
fringe
great
players, maybe
shout
that's
for you
another, like,
guys.
30,
Say what you
40.
want, mate. He did great for
I
United.
love him for England, but
He did great for United.
he's an
I
arrogant,
just know he was.
arrogant.
Nah, he's bang average.
Another arrogant. I said it again, didn't I?
Right, next point.
Right.
I'll stop.
So moving on to Liverpool. They've
No, I'm not going to.
How are Liverpool going?
no, moving on to Liverpool. They've
So-
got it. Florian Wirtz seems inevitable to join at this point. There's been numbers banded around between 100 and 125.
We talked about him for weeks.
It's probably going to happen, so it's inevitable he's going to join. Frimpong already signed. Kirkes is looking very, very, very likely. So
I'd be gutted. I love Kirk. You two know how much I love Kirkes. Like,
yeah, copy his trim.
yeah. What was that? Do you want to say that any louder, Joe?
Copy his trim. I'll
Yeah,
try
fair
to.
I tried to copy his trimmer. Yeah, he's
Still dead.
unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go on, brother. Right. What does this mean for Liverpool next season? Obviously signing Florian Wirtz, Kirkes,
Liverpool without doubt are going to win the league next season.
Yeah.
Cool.
Most likely.
Clip that for TikTok. And Man United fans
fans saying that,
saying
that's
without
crazy.
a doubt.
You should always
to happen.
pray for the downfall.
Yeah.
Who is there to challenge him?
Yeah, let's not be silly now.
Who?
I actually don't know because there's one team I was going to say, but then I realised.
FC second.
Let's not be silly.
Who's going to do it?
Second again, ole, ole.
Why are you thinking I'm going to bite to that? Like,
Second
I'm used to it
again,
now.
I'm literally
I'm
asking.
numb.
like,
I'm
I actually
numb.
don't believe
To be fair,
unless City with the moves they're making.
they'd have to sign
Yeah.
about 3 more players. But
They
yeah.
would have to sign a couple more though, but like we'll get on to City.
But
in a
then
minute,
again,
but-
like with Kai Havertz and Martinelli in the team, there's no way
stop
that's going to
slagging off
happen.
my favourite.
There's no way that's going to happen.
Maybe
Anyway,
with Garnacho.
will they?
Yeah, don't. But no, I'm numb to a title race, so I don't care anymore about that. But
doesn't seem very
we still
like-
need to
that
sign
seems like
loads of
someone-
players. There's loads of players we're linked to,
That sounds
and
like
I don't think we're going to be anywhere in around it. But I've said to both of you, I think Liverpool will go on to win the title. I've said it, especially with
Sounds like
Wirtz,
someone who's not
Kirkes.
really invested in their club. Because if my club kept coming second, I'd believe the next
Yeah, but
season.
your club is like in
Shh.
dreamland. They're at Disneyland,
and
mate.
Will,
Half the time.
Will Liverpool sign anyone else this season? Do you reckon, or do you reckon they're getting the work done early, all of them in, and then it's wraps?
Are you telling me, like, as a Liverpool fan perspective, if you said to a Liverpool fan, right, over the summer, you're going to sign Florian Wirtz, Kirkes, one of the best left back, like young left backs, and you're going to sign Frimpong, all of them will go, yeah, deal. Like all of it. That's a great
but I
transfer
suppose
window.
Their big problem is the striker position. Jota's always injured, but he's good enough to play it.
They've won the league
Nunez-
without all this.
Darwin
They'll do
Nunez
it
is
again.
mental,
Liverpool will do
but-
it again because they've done it already before, and then they'll make makeshift strikers like Gakpo, Jota when he's not injured, whatever. If Darwin goes, who cares?
Well-
Liverpool find a way to do it.
Yeah, most likely, but moving from the title winners to the title challengers, because from what you've said, I don't believe Arsenal will be. Ryan Aït-Nouri signs for Manchester City, and with Tijani Reinders as well, and Ryan Cherki. Are these the players to kind of get?
They'll
them
finish
back
above
to
you.
The top?
They'll finish above you now. City.
Mate, us, of course
no,
it was.
Newcastle. City with their new signings, they're
finished
like
above us last
easy.
Turkey's some sign.
Turkey's some side. What
They know as
in the
well.
modern day game, like Howie costs that much. How have they got that deal?
Because Leon are in financial ruin. It's just also the whole rumor behind Rayan Cherki is that he's got a bad attitude, but he's got bundles of talent.
Bit
His
like you, Joe.
Thank you. I'll take the talent part.
Damn.
I haven't got an attitude problem. I'm just honest. Rayan Cherki, he's a great player technically.
Dumb.
But
You know.
you need to just chill out.
Go on, Cherky. Go with it, Joe.
No, Rayan Cherki, he's got bundles of talent, bad attitude. Will Pep be able to get the bad attitude out of him? Don't know. He didn't get it out of Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish is now looking like he's off to.
I take him.
Some
I take
random
him. I
mid-table
take him.
club.
I take him.
I'd
I
take
take
him.
him. I take him. I take
He's
him.
apparently linked
I
to
will
Everton,
take
but
him.
Anyway, well,
Everton.
yeah, Everton apparently looking to put a bit.
He'd walk in my team, and we're second.
He's better than Martinelli.
Yeah.
He's a cam. He's
He's
a
still
cam.
Oh, here we go. He's a cam. No, he's a
still
left
better.
winger.
I
Anyway,
wouldn't want him on the left because he's too slow
Is
for
he
a
better
left.
than Odegaard?
No comment.
Yeah, he is.
Right. Ortajani Riders from where is it? Some team that some guy really loves way too much. Has moved to Man City as well. Dutch international.
You walk in your
Serie A
team.
player of the season. Well, midfielder of the season. Sorry, he wouldn't touch my midfield.
He's stupid.
He wouldn't touch my midfield.
Say that out
He
loud,
wouldn't
Joe.
touch my midfield.
James, what's your opinion on that idiot saying that?
I can't even say that. I think we should have.
Move on. He just again.
I
Joe
believe-
shows he doesn't know ball
No,
again.
I believe he's a box to box, and I'd rather have Joe Linton. So I don't have to spend.
James,
60 million.
James,
all
he
right?
just said he'd rather
So I don't
Joe
have to-
Linton
so I
than
wouldn't have to
Reinders.
spend-
We all know he's deluded.
So I wouldn't have to spend 60 million. I wouldn't want to spend 60 million to Johnny
If
Reinders.
that comes up on anyone's TikTok, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry for Joe. I apologise.
And now it is Ed's favourite part.
And now here's Ed's favourite part. Arsenal. Arsenal haven't secured anyone really yet, but they are heavily linked with Benjamin Sesko, obviously the Leipzig striker, and Kepa from Chelsea for 5 million. Good backup.
Another player from
Backup.
Chelsea.
Yeah, another reject.
I'd like to know both your point of views on.
I want to hear yours first.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
You can laugh about the Kepa bit, but I genuinely think, right, Kepa coming in, it's not a bad bit of business. 5 mil for your backup goalkeeper.
It is a bad business.
And he's a decent backup, mate. You say
I
what
don't
you want,
hate
or
it.
you say what you want about it.
No,
if you're
I don't
playing
hate
him
it.
in the cup competition, like your FA Carabao Cup and I don't know, like
Alright,
your cup competitions, right?
You won't get far in them.
And you play Kepa in them.
Come on.
You won 1 trophy in 70 years, mate. I'll calm
Yeah,
down.
we knocked,
really
we knocked you
calm
out
down.
by beating you 4-0 on aggregate, so shut your mouth. Anyway.
Why is he so aggressive, mate?
I don't like how you're coming after Newcastle.
You came after my club.
No, I didn't come after your
We're
club.
on the topic of my club. Your club's not relevant. You're bringing us
Okay,
in
it's
the
okay.
convo again.
It's okay, pup. It's okay.
Think you're a big man, DJ.
Oh, am I getting G-checked on a podcast? Whoa.
Moving on.
No, but really,
No,
Kepa's a
Kepa's
good
business.
signing for 5 mil. Is actually a decent
How
deal.
about Sesko?
Sesko, do you
Don't
reckon he's
talk to
worth
me.
the 50 to 65, whatever range
Sesko or
it is?
Gokeres, what would you want?
We all knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was Isak. When we didn't get Isak, I then wanted Gyökeres.
Yep.
And then my third choice was Sesko. But obviously, what do you mean? He was under. Yeah, he was down. He was down there.
Okay.
But there's obviously something behind the scenes. Every club in Europe has gone Gyökeres. Nah.
Except for Man United.
Apart from your club.
They're willing to take the risk.
Yeah. But then
We have to.
Sesko's obviously done something right to impress Arteta and his team. I don't know. I've heard theories from other Arsenal fans that by bringing in Sesko, it means Arteta his main number 9 striker he could play next year is Kai, and then have Sesko as the backup striker. So he still has Kai as his main number 9 because he is his man. Like Arteta loves Kai Havertz. So we'll see how that works out. But
you just drop lower and lower in the table if you have Havertz up front. Anyway,
projected 20 goals.
Wow. Moving on. Next one.
Well, is Zubamendi still happening? Real Madrid have made a couple of phone calls, and apparently it's getting a little bit shaky.
I don't care at this point.
I don't get nervous, but I'm getting a little bit shaky, you know what I mean?
He's not what we need, but if we sign him, he's a great addition. And I think everyone can agree with that. Like, we don't need a new DM when we've got Rice.
You need someone to
all the team.
control a game like not to compare.
You're telling me Rice doesn't control a game? Against Madrid he did it at home and away,
He's more of a bruiser than a controller. Like he'll use his physicality to try and like win the ball and try and power forward. He's not gonna sit there, take the ball, take the pressure on, and pass it off to someone to release him. Rice is not that kind of player.
You haven't watched us.
No, you just chat absolute arse all the time. You chat arse all the time. You make out as if all your players are the best. You make out as if all the players are unbelievable.
We have players that are below par. I've told you.
Odegaard, yeah, we agree. Anyway, well, let's end with a positive note. Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Apparently, he is your number 1 target.
Yeah.
You think he's coming?
I've heard he wants to move because he wants to be a main man at a Champions League club, and
I
think for his actual development as a footballer, obviously with how Madrid are moving with Mbappe and with their strike force they've got now, and like how many players like Vinny and stuff like that, I don't see him, especially with the new Xavi Alonso formation that he wants to play. I don't see him getting loads and loads of game time. But it's happened before with Alexis Sanchez at Barcelona. He was really good, showed a lot of potential. Loads of players came in, Luis Suarez, you had Messi there already, you had already a really good attack. And then Alexis Sanchez moves to Arsenal and he did what he did at Arsenal. And I think if Rodrigo could, I'm not saying he will be as good as Sanchez, what he did at Arsenal, but I'm saying I think Rodrigo, if we get him over the line, that's finally one signing. You guys will both admit it's finally a signing that shows intent. It finally is a signing that does that.
Than what Sanchez was, so he's got more time to develop into the Premier League as well.
Yeah, I think Rodrigo will do well. But
where he's coming from, it's a big signing.
And also the thing is with Rodrigo is that his preference has always been the left, but he's never been able to play there because of Vinicius.
Exactly. So we'll finally get to see like Rodrigo at his best because he'll be on the left where he wants to play.
Whether he will be able to reach similar to like pushing Vinicius heights, or whether he's genuinely just a really solid winger. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be either he's a really solid winger, really talented, just not quite top tier, or he's going to end up blowing up and becoming that player, which I think will be interesting. Don't you?
Chelsea, they're linked with everyone.
Oh, Chelsea are bloody boring. What's the point of having PSR and FFP rules if they're just going to sign 20 players?
If they sign everyone they're linked with, and especially you with your team who you're linked with, they're finishing above you. I can call that before the start of the season. Mike Maignan, Nick Pope. Compare that.
The amount of players that they've been going for is crazy.
It's crazy, isn't it? They're playing career mode in real life.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what it feels like because they're buying that many players that somebody's going to stick eventually.
No one. They're not selling anyone. They've what?
They're playing. They sold a lot of it, the academy, that's why they.
It's hard to offload their player. The strategy they've gone with giving them long contracts, spread it across them long contracts, it doesn't work. And we've seen it not work because they've got players still at the club like Nkuku, who shows a lot of talent, yet because of Cole Palmer coming through doing what he's done, now Nkuku's on such a big contract, there's no way of offloading him because he's on such a big contract.
Bayern are apparently interested, as well as Liverpool.
Yeah, but now he's on such a big contract, they need a lot of money from him, and the wages to buy him out for the contract, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a big deal. And is anyone going to do that for a player that has been pushed to the side because of Cole Palmer?
Well, no, it's not that he's been pushed to the side. It's just they used to play with this kind of like pace on the break. They don't really play as much like that. And then when Maresca likes to play more controlling football, like half the managers in the league right now, they don't want to play a different style. They just want to play pet ball, basically, which is try and dominate. But
that's what it is with everyone.
Nah.
That's why it's dying.
Yeah, and it's one team's gonna.
That's why the number 10's died, doesn't it?
Yeah, the number 10's done. Like generally.
We'll bring it back. It'll come back at some point.
It'll come back, but yeah. Well, where does this money keep coming from Chelsea? Because like obviously somehow got away with selling their female team for 400 million, which then got allowed to be PSR for the men's game. They've also sold about 12 hotels to themselves. So from that, will they ever get in any trouble with it, or are they just going to keep getting a little, oh, you cheeky, you're naughty. That's what you are, you're naughty.
As long as they
keep doing it.
As long as they keep Newcastle quiet, that's all right. Keep you in your place, mate.
Says you who wants half my bloody squad, basically. Anyway, shall we?
That's not even a flex, mate. Keep going.
What do you mean? It is a flex. You're second in the league every bloody year, and you go in.
Finish above you every year.
Exactly, and you're
When
going.
you
And we're
finish
going.
above-
Oh, we want Bruno. We want Isak. We want Tonali. We want. Like, get a grip. Anyway,
Not that he's been talking enough, but
Newcastle.
It is the Joe show, isn't it?
the Joe show
The
today.
Joe show. I'll let you boys have your little chats about your team.
I'll let you boys have the little. Man, go on then.
Newcastle, after pulling out of the Brian and Mbeumo race,
Pulling out.
we did pull out.
Pulling out.
You didn't pull out.
We did.
United beat you to
It's
him.
been confirmed that they haven't flipping signed
They've
him.
got more
They
pull
haven't
than
signed
you.
him. Have they signed him? Have they signed him?
They
have
have
signed
more
him?
pull than you, and they're 15.
Have they signed him?
Grow up.
Have they signed him?
Grow up.
Have they signed him?
Champions League football, they've got more pull than you. Get involved, James.
I mean,
No,
clearly
sorry,
that big
sorry.
that we got more pull in the Champions.
Thank you.
Champions League playing club.
James, has Mbeumo signed for you?
Not yet.
He will, though.
Yeah, but
So that means we signed
When this
him.
video comes out,
We
if
decided to not
he
leave it.
signed,
As
you're
he
going to look like an
stated
idiot
publicly,
again.
he wants to come to United over you.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you were willing to pay him 250 grand a week. Fair enough. We aren't.
Big club.
No. Money. That's the only reason.
You have money.
You have the most money in Europe.
Oh my god, you boys are so thick. You are so dumb. PSR
Did you hear that?
doesn't apply to the big six clubs because
dumb
you've
again.
already got enough revenue. You've built it up over years and years and years. The medium-sized clubs like mine,
What he's saying is he's got no fans.
no,
Blood money.
it's to do with revenue. Revenue built in from you winning titles years after years after years. We haven't done that, so we haven't got that same backing and like sponsorship and things like that. But anyway, we pulled out the Ryan and Roman race because we're not going to pay him 250 grand a week, and we also
Who are you interested in then?
we're moving our attention to a next United boy, someone who probably should have stayed at your club, Anthony Alanga.
I told you should have gone for him before.
Oh, here we go.
Anyway.
I told you that we should have done. No, you did mention.
Cheers,
I
mate.
agreed.
Give me
I
credit
agreed.
when it's due.
No,
I've
we both
always
agreed on that.
I've always
We both
liked
agreed.
I've always liked him.
I like Alanga.
He's a good player,
Yeah.
but the rumoured fee is between 45 and 55 million.
Pay it,
around
get
that
it
area.
done.
He's
You've
got
got
business
a
with Forest.
That's great.
But do it, get it done.
They-
You've
no,
got a
they did-
talented young winger.
They
Get him
did
in.
pay 20 to
Who
25.
cares? There's always going to be profit when you go to another club and he does well. They're obviously going to only sell him for profit.
Well, our strike force would then be electric. It would be.
Yeah, it would.
Gordon
Just
one
get
wing,
it
Alanga
done.
the
Get it
other,
over
and
the line.
Isak
Get
in the
it
middle.
done.
That is getting you fifth.
Or do you know what? It's getting us above you. I know that for sure.
We're finishing fourth.
No, you're not. Let's get it realistic. Well, we said Isak would be leading the line there, but obviously another player that has been linked. Oh, Jesus.
Go on, Joe.
Go on. Fourth is actually crazy.
No, come on, next bit.
João Pedro is another player that's supposedly linked. I said Isak would be up front, but will João Pedro be there?
How do you feel about that?
Well, he's been brought. I'm guessing he's being brought in for cover for Isak as well as like a kind of attacking midfielder / winger. But for 55 to like 70 is like.
Who would you prefer in your team? And I think it's a very good question for the podcast. I want both of you to answer.
Okay.
Mateus Cunha or João Pedro? Especially as they're both going for a similar price, both being rumoured for a similar price. You've already signed him. Your team's linked. I think my personal is Cunha because I think he's more clinical, gets more goals.
I mean,
and does more
They're
first
different
half.
he's
players.
shown what he's done. Pedro's shown what he's done. The Prem,
And in the Championship.
he has, and I'd go Cunha.
I'll go Cunha.
I would.
Do you know what it is with?
And Cunha over Isak, he sees Isak every time as well.
Yeah.
It's one of them ones where Cunha's 26, go at 25, turning 26, and João Pedro's 23, turning 24 at the beginning of next season.
All I
there's a-
asked was
there's
who
a two-
would you rather have?
No, but what I'm saying is it depends. Like we still don't know what João Pedro can turn into, whereas I think this is what Cunha is.
Yeah, but what he is great.
And also the Eddie Howe.
He scores
Eddie
goals,
Howe
he's
works
techie,
magic.
he's good at
we
dribbling.
need right now as well.
That's what I mean.
And
That's what you
Cunha
need.
can win you a game on his own. João Pedro is a technically gifted player.
He should pick João Pedro because he's better than Havertz and Jesus.
Yeah.
So like really,
I'd pick Cunha over.
He's not a striker.
I still
He's a
pick.
left-wing
I don't care. I'd still
attacking
pick Cunha over João
He's going to
Pedro.
be left forward for us. Like,
Exactly.
just
I still-
And
I
he's
still
starting
choose
on
Cunha.
Martinelli as well, Cunha. So realistically, you take both players. So
I
let's
take
not be
Cunha
silly.
over yours, mate. Yours wouldn't get an ass, but yours does. So well done, James. Good signing.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Top man, well done.
Both-
Next point, well done.
Both make it in Arsenal's team. Good man. Anyway, is it rotation? Is it a formation change possibly for us? Do you know what I mean? Like, does it mean that we go 2 up top and then we go for like a 4-4-2, go back proper
Yeah, come on.
Brexit ball? Like, we go 2 midfielders.
There's no way. Not
Sitting
in
there.
today's game.
We go Bruno and Tonali sitting there with Alanga on the right, Gordon on the left, and João
be
Pedro
nice
and
to
Isak
see.
up front. Do you know
It'd be
what?
nice to see you down there with Burnley in
it
that next season. Then
We'd still beat you. I don't know. I reckon
these bold shouts again.
we will beat you again. It's just
never know.
written in the stars. We'll beat Man United twice again next season.
You won't.
Yeah, we will. Well, moving
Top
on to
4.
our final club that we're going to be talking about in the transfer news is your second team, practically, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you love them.
You love them.
You should take it away because you love them.
You should really take it away.
I'm not talking about it.
This is
You should
your
be-
club.
You should be really upset that this happened.
You're a
Would you-
massive.
would you like
you're a
me to go
massive
with
Imagine
person.
saying that to me. You actually saying that on a camera. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if I said that.
He was
to you
actually
about
cheering.
Liverpool.
He was actually cheering when they beat United.
I've seen.
I was
I've
supporting
seen
United
way
in the
you speak
final.
about Spurs, like you love them.
Right, I'll take it away then. If he's not going to take it away, Spurs
What
have
waffle? What waffle?
sacked Big Ange
Mm.
after winning.
Stupid
after
decision.
winning the
Stupid
Europa League.
decision.
The third season is always better than the
I know,
second.
Stop it.
And
I know.
I don't. Sorry, I didn't realise the show got axed before filming really even commenced. You know
You'll
what
get
I mean?
axed if you keep chatting waffle, mate.
It was obviously that
Dead joke.
he couldn't handle.
That was
Levy
good.
couldn't
That
handle.
was good.
Levy couldn't handle the fact that his club won.
Actually won a
And he had to
trophy.
pay out some,
Some money,
bonuses.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
he couldn't hack it.
Yeah, you know what?
But the man lined up.
He left on a high, and you know what?
He did.
He should have done. That's what Ten Hag should have done. Should have left on a high and then let you.
You should have.
Well, who's in line to replace
It
Big
is
Ange then?
Mr. Thomas Frank.
exactly the big.
What do you
man
think
from
he'll? What do you
Brentford.
think he'll do at Spurs if he does become Spurs manager, James?
Spurs, innit? I
But
don't
they've
know.
broken the curse.
But
They've
you
broken
say-
the curse, true, but it's
Now there's a lot
proved
of-
they can make a winning team out of a club that is not as
I think it's.
Financially,
I
like,
personally,
financially backed is what I'm looking for.
I personally think it's his worst move he could do.
If I was him, I'd stay right where.
So would I, because going to Spurs now they've won a trophy. There's now some form of expectation. It's not a lot, but there is expectation now.
Yeah,
if he
but-
doesn't do it within his first 2 years, he'll get the sack.
I think
So, there you go.
He gets a little bit more leeway because
No, he don't.
of the fact that
He won't.
if he doesn't get back this summer, he's just got Ange players.
But that's not how Spurs fans look at it. It's not how.
No, but
and that's not how Levy, and most importantly,
Levy's
looks
a
at it.
knob. He's a massive,
Can you stop?
massive, boring guy.
Can he stop? But he doesn't.
Not
But yeah, but agreed. But he also
Not
he
stop.
doesn't back his managers. It's been told. It's been over time, mate.
It's not-
Everyone
it's not
knows
like
that. Everyone knows that Levy doesn't back his managers anyway. So I worry for Thomas Frank
Yeah,
because
but
There's
I
a
think
curse there anyway.
look at Jose Mourinho when he was there. He was promised all this. I'll get back with this. He got back with none of it. So the same thing will happen with Frank.
they
There'll be
sacked him before he went to the
expectation
final.
because Ange just won a
That was a big
trophy.
mistake.
So I think this is gonna backfire in my opinion. Even though I love Thomas Frank, I love Thomas Frank. I think he's a brilliant
he
manager.
turns
You love Spurs as well.
I think he turns Spurs around.
Just,
I think he gets Spurs into Europa League again next
sorry,
season.
mate, you're
What
out.
you do?
You're out of me, mate. You're out of me.
You love Spurs?
Right. Anyway.
You love Liverpool, don't you, mate?
You're-
You went, Liverpool will win the league next year.
You're probably the biggest Spurs fan I've ever met.
Yeah.
And I know if you.
You're the biggest Liverpool fan I've ever met. I
I'm
wouldn't
not.
be surprised if you got your Never Walk Alone on your arm, mate.
Whenever I spoke
This is what I've
about,
got to deal with, guys.
Whenever I spoke about.
Talk about Liverpool in this episode.
tough.
Whenever I spoke about the Scouts,
Like,
it's the same way you speak about Spurs.
I try to
You just said Liverpool will win the league
make funny
guaranteed next
jokes
season.
and just take the
Yeah.
piss. But
That's a big club to another big
you've
club.
then got these lot actually meaning what they say, and it's really tough. I'm really sorry, guys. Anyway,
We've been apologising for you all episode. Don't you start?
what was that? Anyway, So what does it mean? If Thomas Frank goes to Spurs, I think he repairs them. You think you think it's a bit of an.
What do you mean repairs him? What does he do?
I think he makes them a cohesive.
Where does he finish?
working
What
team.
does he win next season?
Top 8.
Okay, and what does he win?
He might have a cup. He'll have a good cup run, basically. I don't think they'll win anything next
Spurs
season.
won't win anything.
I think it's
Under
an
Thomas Frank.
adaptation period.
So he won't do as well as Ange and he'll get sacked.
Well,
That's how they'll look at it.
They'll see it as he'll get top 8. So I reckon he'll get 8th to 6th. He'll get Europa or Conference League.
I think if
and
he
then
misses out and he still makes champs, Europa League, he stays.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, if he gets champs, he'll definitely stay. But if
Europa League even.
Yeah, I think if he gets Europa. I think if he gets
I agree.
6th
But I
or
don't think they will.
7th. If
I
he
don't
gets
think
6th
they
or
will.
7th next season,
I
I
really
reckon.
don't. I really don't. That team is not good enough.
Then
to
what
get
does it mean for
Europa
Brentford,
League.
really? Because there was a clip that we put out earlier, and I said that the only reason Brentford are still here is because of a couple of players and Thomas Frank, and then I did then say that Brentford would get relegated next season. But that was because of Thomas Frank.
They still won't get relegated.
And now Thomas Frank's leaving.
Still won't get relegated.
He's just begging for Hail Mary.
He is. He's trying. You're clutching straws a bit. They'll be in and around it if Thomas Frank goes. They will be
Which
in
he
and around
will.
it, but I think they'll stay up. I think
Apparently,
they'll
next
stay up.
48. Well, in the next day or so, I reckon he'll be out of Brentford, and then if they replace him well enough, then it could still be a successful season. But yeah, the big question is, James, does this mean Mbuemo is now going to Spurs? He's going to go off to meet up with his new manager.
End of the day, he's coming United. That's happened.
I think Mbuemo
He
is
has
done. He's going United.
He's expressed his want to come.
All the
on
big
his way.
reporters have said it's going to be United. All the smaller little outlets have gone, there's a little bit of interest by Spurs.
on his
Just
way.
because there's interest.
He's on his way.
But the thing I'm most excited for transfer talk this week is James's outro. That's what I'm most excited about.
Let's see if this new little segment will bring him the confidence and the joy that he really needs to do it.
Go on.
James.
Transfer talk, James.
Here
Here we go.
Right down there. Go on,
We're
tell
going
him.
down here.
Which one do you fancy? Tell us which one you fancy, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you for watching this episode of Transfer Talk. Let us know what you think about the transfer window. If there is anything we have missed, check us out on TikTok, Instagram, at the Three Gaffers. Please like, subscribe. You will see us next week on this channel. Cheers, guys. Is that better?
He's done it! He's done it!
He's done it!
He's only got to put it in the back of the
All of
net.
that workout is the eye contact.
What the heck, son?
He's actually done it.
Let's just be serious. I did it. Oh, Jimmy did it.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We've been the Three Gaffers. We'll see you next week. See you later.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
You actually did it, mate.
Actually
You actually
fucking
did it.
Jimmy did something. Come on.